my God. Here we are.
Yo.
Episode 8.
Hey, there it is.
Look at there. There it goes. Our professional ring card girl.
Yep.
Stacy. My old job was a ring card girl. That's right.
Oh,
Stacy.
Really?
It is. Yeah, I never talked about this. This actually is a true story.
We have pictures.
We have pictures. We're going to post them very shortly.
Yeah.
Follow. This is if you buy the Rocky Files podcast DVD, you will see in the extra features
Extras.
Yeah, a lot of extras. There's a little bikini. There's a little bit of shaving. There's a no. I don't know where
put that out.
I don't know.
So many
My mother-
bloopers.
Listen, my mother and father are watching this. Okay, so let me just.
They don't know
Anthony,
that part.
They don't know that. Anthony, delete this.
Cut it out.
Delete this.
I'm just gonna
No
stop
way.
everything right now. We have
Stop
so
it.
many fun bloopers. We should have a DVD one day.
We do have a
So
lot
many
of
things no one
bloopers.
sees. We just cut out.
Yeah, right. I mean, we are doing like 8 episodes, and
Yeah.
we have made our share of mistakes. But
Yeah.
really, one of the things that I think if we had some of the video from our when we sign in to start, we do
Right.
our little pre-show
Yeah.
talk here.
Right.
That's some of the good stuff.
That's
I
funny
think people
stuff.
get jokes
I
on.
have it.
Yeah.
We could splice it all together one day. As those, you know
Outtake.
when you see shows and they do like flashback episodes.
Right,
Yes.
right,
Like a
right.
blooper flashback episode.
Exactly.
Welcome to episode 8, everyone. And we want everyone to sit down, watch, and listen instamatically.
Instant.
Instamatically, you know what I mean?
As
You know
Paul
what I
said,
mean?
instamatically.
Systematically, Rocco. No, seriously. This episode is going to be something special. It
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
I mean,
yes.
You're really going to like this. This is something I think this is one of my favorite ones
Yeah.
so far. And they've all been really great. But
I know it's hard every week, but this is a
Yeah.
good one.
every
Yeah.
week. I don't know. We're finding people who are just so emotionally connected to this
Yeah.
simple,
Yeah.
broken down character. Rocky
We're in the
Balboa.
groove. We're finding people that are connected, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
they're connecting to us, and
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it's getting better.
It
Yeah.
really is. Yeah. Seriously. Stacy, what do you have to start us off?
I just wanted to.
Stacey's
well,
corner. That's what we should
this-
call him.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
So this is
No, I
Megalodon.
like that.
Yes.
Stacey's corner.
Stacey's corner. That's what we're gonna call it.
Mm.
from
Nobody
now
put
on.
Yeah.
Stacy in a corner.
Yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Nobody put Stacy in a corner. That's right.
Yeah.
No, this is our Megalodon fan. Our
that what
Megalodon
the-
fans.
We've got so many titles for sections. I don't even know where we're at anymore.
Yeah.
We're Megalodon fan. All right, let's go
yeah,
with that. Megalodon.
that was yours from like 4 episodes
Was
ago.
it?
but- Yes,
Okay,
it was.
I
Oh,
can't
here we
remember.
go. Stacy's corner.
Stacey's corner. Yes. I love it. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So Anthony, I'm gonna have you bring up pictures. So the theme of this episode is family and how Rocky affects us and how we parent using Rocky and everything. So and our guest Mark, he's a
Yeah.
perfect example. So we'll get to him
Mm.
shortly. But I put out a Rocky family challenge, and so we have those pictures. We're going to be a little better about getting pictures up too, not just the shout outs. So
Yeah.
Anthony, put up any of them there, just in any order. But these are our
The
families.
familias?
Yeah, the familias. This is Larry Brem's family in
I
Philadelphia.
love Larry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
I have a
next?
great Larry. Remind me at some point to tell the Larry Brem story.
Okay.
I really have a great Larry story to tell.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Cool.
It involves Apollo Creed, what he does for a living, and a suggestion Larry has given me. I don't know when we can bring it up, but it's a great story.
I'll
that
put
I
it on
think-
the list. Yep.
the list.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
On the
All
list.
right. And this here, I'm so sorry. This is the Smith family. They're from Ohio. And so they
Aw,
sent
they look great.
some that to us. This is nope, next one is, I'm sorry, I am off. This is the Greek stallions. They were so
Oh,
funny.
right.
Oh, wow.
The Papuchas family from Washington, D.C. And he was like, we're
Love
the
it.
Greek stallions. So I put that up on
Yes.
the post. He was so funny.
Love it.
So cute. Let's see.
Ah, my friend.
Yeah. So this is Robert and his family. He owns the pizza shop.
He
Pizza
does.
Regina's. Yes.
Yes. I
Oh,
love
Regina,
these
yeah,
guys.
Right.
Yeah.
I have such beautiful fond memories of this family. They took Sue and I to dinner at the Victor Cafe one
Aw,
night. And,
how nice.
what a I
That's
mean
nice.
when you talk about a beautiful family, They don't come any better than
Yeah.
those guys.
Oh, that's so
nice.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is Chris from Louisiana who did well in the hurricane, by the way.
Yeah.
He did.
Yes.
He
He's
did.
okay.
He
He's
did.
okay.
Poor guy. Another terrible. But he did all right. And that's his wife and then his little boy Cooper. So cute. And this Oropesa family.
I love it. Love
Beautiful.
it.
So cute. He sent me
Literally
the
the whole
collage. I'm
family.
like, this is exactly what I want people to send me. So
Yeah.
that was
Yep.
awesome. So he sent that. And is that all of
No.
Oh, Tommy.
Yo,
Tony's name. Tony.
Robert Loja.
Yeah,
Robert Loja. And that's his daughters, Ava's, Sophia, and his wife's.
Yeah.
I think he said his wife's name was Gina, and I apologize if I have that wrong. But yeah, that's Tony.
And last but not least,
Hey,
our correspondent.
There he is.
our correspondent on the street.
Look at that beautiful family.
Yeah,
I love
so
it.
sweet, so sweet.
Yeah.
Love them. And he constantly refers to his wife as his Adrian. Always. He's so that he just is wild about her. So that's cute.
Lorenzo.
Yeah. So those are our families. So that's why we're doing a family
Beautiful.
episode. Yep.
Beautiful. Anthony, what do you have going on in your life?
In my life, well, not
What's
too
happening?
much, but I I want to ask you a question. This is what
Yes,
I have
sir.
going on. I have some
Yeah.
facts, but let's get to
Okay.
something because I was just curious about your T-shirt.
Yeah.
What is
What's with
Catalano?
that?
Catalano. You know,
I don't never heard of this in the Rocky world, so I don't know. If
it has nothing to do with Rocky, but it has
Okay.
everything to do with family.
it's,
So,
see, perfect segue.
yeah, exactly. I recently celebrated a 53rd birthday. All right. And so my parents were down and they brought me this T-shirt.
Okay.
On the back, it says Hot Italian.
Oh
So-
my!
Yeah, I know. So here's the story behind the Catalano T-shirt. So about 6 or 7 blocks from my house is a deli, an Italian deli. It called Catalano's.
Mm.
And when you walk into this deli, it's not like any place. It's not like any other place on the planet. It's not like Wegmans. It's not like your local grocery store.
Right.
This place has old school Italians from overseas. They took the boat. They're still alive. They're about 30 years old,
Right.
and bent over. Right. But when I walked in one time, one of the first times I walked in there, I didn't understand the nuance of oregano. So most of us take oregano out of the shaker
It's
of the
Italian
cabinet.
cologne.
Yeah, Italian cologne, exactly. And we put it on our spaghetti, our
Yeah.
rigatoni, our braciole, whatever it is that we're putting it on. And what the owner did, Mr. Catalano, he comes over and he goes, "That's not the way to use oregano." He goes, "This is what you do." He takes my palm and he puts a bunch of oregano in my palm, and then he pinches it and scrunches it up,
Right.
and he opens it up, the buds of it. He opens it up,
Mhm, mhm.
and the smell is tenfold. And he
Right.
goes, "That's how an Italian uses oregano."
That's right.
I go, okay. I guess I missed that in school. So when you walk into this place, it is literally Parmesan cheese, garlic mixed with virgin olive oil and
And
oregano.
they paint the walls with it.
They paint the wall. They have a sprayer. They have one of those pump sprayers, and then like Ghostbusters, they got the pack on the back.
Yeah.
And they light them up and
spray
they
it.
spray on the wall.
Yeah.
It is
Wow.
the sexiest smell.
Wow.
When Sue dabs a little under the ear, forget
It's
about
over.
it.
Forget about it.
Right. She has to call off work the next day. Let's just say
Shenanigans.
shenanigans. Exactly
Shenanigans all
right.
around.
Shenanigans. Oh,
Exactly.
man. That's-
They should bottle that and make a perfume. Big seller.
So
Big
that's
seller.
Catalano.
This is Catalano's, and the reason it's family is because I've lived multiple places in my life. They sell a hoagie, seriously a hoagie that is unparalleled. There is nothing. I've had hoagies all over the place. Nothing equals this. There are two places in my back home in Scranton that when I hear these words, they take me right back. It's Catalano's and Maroni's Pizza.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I could do a whole episode on Maroni's Pizza.
I might have to.
Really. I mean, it is something that I think when you guys come to see me, we're going to drive up to my mom's and then we're going to get down to Maroni's. I mean, I swear to God, I'm giving you guys the 4 stars treatment.
I want it all.
You're going to love it.
I
You're
want
going
it
to
all.
love it.
So
Yeah.
excited.
You're gonna love it. Yeah, seriously, you're gonna love it. But anyways, family. When I hear Catalanos, when my mother says, "Michael, we're gonna come down and visit," she goes, "Is there anything you want?" Or my dad calls, "Is there anything you want?" I go, Catalanos. And they go, "Oh, we already got those. We knew you were gonna say that."
Staple.
Yeah. Is there anything else?
Anything else? Yeah.
So that's what Catalanos is, and I love my little T-shirt. It's just
fantastic. That's awesome. Cool,
Perfect.
cool shirt, cool logo. A hoagie, by the way, Canadian
hoagie.
People is a sub.
A sub. That's
for
right.
us.
See that? We're learning as we go.
I had to speak to the Canadians for a second.
Yeah,
Who don't
subs
know?
up here. It's subs in New England for sure.
Oh, is it?
Sure.
Oh, okay, I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
I get it. A grinder. A lot of places call it a grinder.
Oh,
A hero.
grinder.
A hoagie.
Hero. I've heard of Hero.
Somebody, there's got to be a song or a rap song or something out there about a sub grinder hoagie. I mean, seriously. there's gotta be
Probably.
something.
Probably someone. That's
Anthony,
great.
what? Because I'm getting very hungry here listening to
I know,
myself
for
talk.
real.
What do you go? What's going on? What
Couple of fun
you got?
facts.
What do you
Couple
got?
of fun facts that I just found. I love scouring and just finding fun little facts and throwing them out there to the people. This is called Go the Distance. Okay. So this was for the famous run that Rocky makes in the training montage of Rocky 2. I'm reading this now. Someone actually decided to calculate how far Rocky would have had to run to get from the start of his run to the end of it. The steps outside the Philadelphia Museum of Art.
Okay.
The distance Rocky would have had to run was at least 30.6 miles.
Oh.
They didn't do it, obviously. But that would have been the distance if they showed the whole thing. Little far.
Oh my God, I never knew
Little
that.
far.
This is one of the things we talk about. Now that was based off of the Rocky 2 run. I know the exact article you're talking about.
Right.
And so what they did, they took it from the Rocky 2 house,
Oh, okay.
which 2313 South Lambert Street in South Philly. So which is part of the Yo Philly Rocky Film Tour, which you all should be going on. Exactly. So so when Rocky hurdles over the railing and he throws the punches and then he runs. Then he's up in a section of Kensington. Then he's on the railroad tracks. Then he's at the Italian market. It's all over the place.
Right.
It's all over the place. There's no way any boxer would be running. I don't even think marathon runners run 30 miles.
Right.
Tops, a boxer would be running 4 or 5 miles. Probably more like 3.5, 4 miles top.
Not 30.
But you know what, Anthony, this actually is a really good thing. And should we ever get the opportunity, I'm not saying that we would or that we are or that in November we're going to. I'm just saying if we ever get the opportunity to interview Sylvester Stallone, I would like to ask him, what was the concept behind the Rocky 1 and the Rocky 2 runs? In my mind, I see every scene when Rocky runs, he's running, then he's hitting the speed bag, then he's doing this one or doing that one. I always think it's another day of training. I wonder if that was the thing or if we're thinking too deeply and we should just sit back and enjoy the movie. Like, okay, the kids
what he's gonna say, but
yeah, right. If the kids are following Rocky through 30 miles of Philadelphia. The kids are in just as great a shape as Sly, as Rocky. Right.
Right.
Yeah,
I wonder.
I always thought it was broken up into days and days, but if it was one day. Hey, man.
I know. It's great.
Yeah.
I know. I love it.
Another quick one was I talked about half of this. I think it was last week, but according to Sly, there are ideas for what Rocky's former opponents, Clubber Lang and Ivan Drago, ended up doing after the events of their films. I spoke about Lang became a born-again Christian and worked as a ringside announcer. And this one I didn't know. Drago was so broken down by his defeat that he became addicted to substances until he took his own life. That shocked me, that one.
Why not?
That's what the original I had until Creed of what had happened to Drago.
I could totally see that.
Right?
Yep.
Now, because he even mentioned a little bit of how he was shamed
when he
in Creed, right? So,
I know for a fact that the Clubber Lang is true. That James Lang, that is completely true.
Right.
I don't know how true the original Drago storyline is. It could be. I by no means am I casting aspersions on anyone here.
Right.
I'm just saying I have never been able to link it back to Sly saying that. What I have linked it back to Sly was that in Rocky Balboa, Drago, I don't know how this worked out, but Drago was in a Philadelphia hospital dying of AIDS, and Rocky goes to talk to him in the hospital.
Really?
That I know was fairly accurate. And there was another interesting thing. If I could take it, Anthony, may I take it one step further?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
I always like to ask for permission.
No permission.
So in the opening of Creed, we, instead of seeing Rocky for the first time at the restaurant, there was a bookstore scene where Rocky was on like Chestnut or South Street, where these eclectic bookstores are. Rocky is inside and he's pulling books off the shelf and he's looking at them and he's getting into reading. Rocky's a reader. Yeah. Stallone is a voracious reader in real life. Oh yeah, totally.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah. So we all know that Sly writes his own dialogue as Rocky. Nobody writes that other than him. And he changed some of what the brilliant and beautiful Ryan Coogler wrote for Creed. Sly wrote all of that. Anyways, Coogler's original idea was that Rocky comes out of a bookstore, and as he buys the book, he walks out the door, he stumbles a little bit. And this is the first clue that we see Rocky is not well. He's got something going on. Why is Rocky stumbling? Cancer is starting to eat at him. Yeah. So, and I thought that would have been a great scene. Really. I would have liked to have seen that. You know, maybe we only see angles of Rocky. Maybe we don't see all of Rocky. Maybe we see the fedora, the brim, and we see the nose, the collar of the jacket, whatever. And we hear, okay, I'll buy this, you know. And and then he walks out and we see an angle of a stumble or something. I don't know.
Right.
I love that idea. I thought that was quite brilliant. I don't know why that got changed. I wish I had more information on that. But you know, we might be able to confirm some of those things
at some point.
Maybe.
And one thing, going back to Drago, I've been thinking about this. I would love, probably never going to happen, but you talk about spin-offs, right? I would love to see a Drago movie about
100%
directly after the fight. Like we saw Rocky 5. We saw Rocky's perspective of what happened after the fight.
Right.
I'd like to go the other way and see Drago's life right after Rocky 4 events. That would have been
nice. What do you think about that, Stace?
Well, I was just going to say, there's each character is so rich, you know what I'm saying, and so layered.
I'd love to see them all.
That you could do any spin-off of any of them. You know, what happened to Clubber, what happened to Drago, what happened to Spider Rico, what happened to any of them, because they're so they're such layered characters. It's very easy. I mean,
just something
my
about
brain
Drago.
goes.
Just something about Drago because of he had like
what
Soviet
happened
Union.
to him?
The whole Soviet Union is now going to be like
it's going to punish
look what
him.
you've done. Everyone's chanting his name. What happens to him after? Because that's
that could be
probably not taken well. And he talked about it a little bit, right? You know, he lost family, he lost everything. So
I'd be surprised if someone hasn't written that already.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? I bet you there's a writer who has that written somewhere.
Yeah.
I could imagine the title, "Fall from Grace," the Ivan Drago story.
Yes,
I would love to see
on Netflix. I can totally see that.
I don't care where you put it. I just want to see it.
When he goes home and he has to be humiliated by the Politburo and by Gorbachev and all the elected officials, and they all have to. How could you lose to this puny, small American?
Yeah.
You know, and
because they're saying it to him during the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
You hear them; they're chanting his name. Like
exactly.
Oh
and Drago's like, you don't understand what it's like until you're punched in the face by another man.
Yeah.
You don't know what that man consists of. Yeah. So come into the ring, stand in front of this champion, Rocky Balboa. Yeah. Take his best punches, and then you tell me how you will hold up.
You got it. You got it. But,
right.
My God. Yeah. What else we got? What else is happening in the Rocky Files universe?
Before we get to our interview, Stacy, isn't there Mike, you have a story of some sort?
Do I have a story?
Goldbergs.
I have about 92,000 stories. Goldberg. Do I hear?
It's a quick Goldberg story. Yeah.
It's a quick Goldberg.
Yeah.
Listen,
Part one.
Anthony.
Part one.
Anthony, have we learned nothing? If we've learned, there's no quick stories with me.
It's true.
That's all right. They're
Let me tell you,
interesting.
which we love.
All right. Here's since this is our family episode,
Yeah.
here there's a very popular American television show called The
Mhm.
Goldbergs,
Yes.
and it's actually quite beloved. And the main character, this Adam Goldberg, filmed on VHS his life as a young kid. He filmed it all, and they parlayed this into a TV show. And there's 7 or 8 seasons, I think. And it's pretty good.
Based in Philly.
It's based in Philly, Jenkinstown, Philadelphia. It's a real family. The mother is scarily all too real. And really, it's a real story. So, okay, how can I set this for you? All right. For several years now, I've been doing this Rocky impersonator gig for corporate America.
Yeah.
And I've become kind of good friends with Mayor Kenny of Philadelphia.
Wow.
And I've done a lot of pro bono stuff. I never really charged anything for it because I just love doing the character. And, you know, Philly was a struggling city for a little bit. And so, you know, I just said, hey, come on. I just want to hang out and do Rocky stuff. So I probably did 5 or 6 gigs for the mayor's office. I never charged them. And they remembered me. And they were doing in 2018 something called the Goldberg, a Key to the City Goldberg Day. And they literally brought this Adam Goldberg into the city and his family to present him with a key to the city.
The real one.
The real Adam, the actual Adam Goldberg, who inspired the TV show.
Right.
He's the producer and the writer, and this guy is a brilliant individual. So, anyways, the mayor's office reaches out to me. And what's interesting is this guy, Randy, who works in the mayor's office. Randy was part of an event several years earlier in 2006 called Philadelphia Loves Rocky Week. And what that was a huge thing. They would close down South Broad Street. They would put boxing rings in the middle of the road. They would have boxing fights. Okay. Then they had a Rocky and Adrian lookalike contest.
Nice.
Okay. Which there's a whole backstory to that. And if you guys would like
Right.
to hear how that kind of came along and how I got involved in it, I promise you it is a gripping, harrowing tale that you guys would love.
And it's coming in future episodes.
I think maybe it will. Maybe it will. If you two think it's got some value, maybe we'll talk about that in future episodes. And
There's value.
so I won this contest, this lookalike contest. I beat out about 1,500 or 1,200 other Rocky lookalikes. And yeah, it was crazy. It was just crazy. It was like Forrest Gump. I just fell ass backwards into all these type of scenarios. And anyways, that's kind of what got me started on the Rocky lookalikes and then, of course, the Rocky tours. So the mayor instructs this Randy to call me. Reach out and call Mike. Tell him, come on down. We want him to show up, and we just want a Philly flavor for the day. This guy is from Philly. We're going to give him the key to the city. Boy, what better than Rocky to show off Philly flavor?
And it's great because in episodes, they have reference.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They absolutely talk about Rocky. So I talked to the mayor. Of course, I'll be there. Absolutely happy to do it. No charge. I just want to come down and be part of the festivities.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get there. So if anyone has seen the Goldbergs, you know that they are somewhat upper middle class, very affluent, and the mother is Mama Bear.
Yeah.
No one messes with her kids. In the show, Mrs. Goldberg, Beverly Goldberg, she is exaggerated. I don't know how much she's exaggerated, but or is she exaggerated? I don't know, but she is exaggerated.
Okay.
Anyways, she is fiercely protective of her children. She will go to any length to right any wrong, to make people who have hurt her children rearrange. Pay. Exactly. All right. And it's all done under a comedic genius. I love this show, The Goldbergs. Absolutely. Jeff Garland, who plays the father, he's absolutely. If there was a best friend, if there was a neighbor who I could have as a best friend, it would be Jeff Garland. I love. I tell Sue all the time. I love Jeff Garland. He's brilliant.
So good.
Okay, so it's the day of the ceremony. I'm up on like the 3rd floor, City Hall. I'm dressed as Rocky with the fedora. I got the coat on. I'm bouncing the ball. I'm all off to the corner. They said, Mike, just wait here. The family's going to come in, and then we'll call you in. Whatever. Okay, no problem. I've been doing this quite a while now. Yeah. So I see the actor who plays Barry on the show, and he's wearing a orange hockey jersey, a Flyers hockey jersey, because in the show it's a whole thing about him wearing this jersey and whatever. And so right away he just kind of blows me off. Is unbelievably ignorant and rude, right?
Really? The actor?
Really?
But knowing the show, the character is this. Mm-hmm. This is the character. So I'm thinking, okay, he's playing the character.
He's in character, right?
He's in character, right?
Yeah, I do the same thing. No problem. All right, I get it. So and then I see the mother walking through, and she's got this tight, permed, long blonde hair. And I know it's the mother. I know because I've seen her on interviews and whatnot. So I go to introduce myself, and I said, "Hello." I said, "My name is Mike Kund." I said, "I'm a Rocky impersonator. The mayor's office brought me in." And she looks at me and she says this look of death.
Excuse me. What?
Oh my God.
How dare you take the spotlight from my son?
No.
How dare you?
Oh my God.
No.
Now, the real life father has passed away years earlier. The real life father had passed away a long time ago. Mm-hmm. She's got a new boyfriend now. I don't know if they're married or whatever. They seem like a lovely couple. I watched this one. I stepped back when she gave me this look. She came into the room, right? And I said, okay, I'm not welcome here. Right. There's nothing. If anything, this Adam, and then I met the real Adam Goldberg. I'll tell you about that in a minute. I met the real Adam Goldberg, and he was actually a lovely fellow. Mm-hmm. His favorite Rocky was Rocky 4. Right. So we're standing there. I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit. Anyways, so I'll come back to that. So I'm standing in the back of the hallway. I haven't even gone into the mayor's chambers yet.
Right.
This big room. It's like a 30-foot ceiling. It's really ornate. And I haven't even gotten in yet. I'm like, oh man, these people don't want me here. There's no way. So I'm self-conscious to begin with. So I eventually go in, and the press is all over the place because the Goldbergs is a really popular show, especially in the Philly region. Yeah. So I go in, and I'm trying to be a wallflower, but unfortunately I've got the fedora, the leather jacket, and I've got the cutoff gloves. I look like a 3rd-degree street bum, right? And I'm like, oh, I can't blend in. So they try to include me as best they could, and nobody wants me there. Not even Adam Goldberg.
Oh my God.
Right. So, and I'm like, okay, how can I just get out of this? I just want to get out of this.
Yeah.
Right. So they have us all lined up. Now, I say to myself, okay, at least if I can weasel myself in right next to Adam Goldberg, I could stand right next to him. I could show I've got some purpose of being there.
Right.
So the mother elbows me. I mean, you know how Thunderlips elbowed Hulk Hogan? Rocky. Okay.
Yeah.
So she is elbowing me out of the way, like saying, get the hell away from my son. You're not even in this picture. I'm like, okay.
Oh my God.
Adam was nice. Adam was nice to me. Okay. So I find myself, well, okay, I'll go one person behind the mother. Then she elbows me again. I go 2 people. Now that person is pushing me around. So now I'm
just pushing people down the line.
Exactly. Now I'm the last person. Anthony, I sent you a picture of humiliation, humbleness. Please show everyone this picture and look at my face.
I got.
All right. Look at my face. Anthony, can you enlarge that, or can you make it like zero in on me? I don't know if we have that capacity.
No, I can't do it right now, but I will.
Okay, so if you see, look at me. I'm at the end. I don't know who any of these people are. There's the actor who plays Barry, okay, Goldberg in the orange jersey. That's the mother, okay, with the shoulder and the black shirt there. And there's Adam, who's standing right next to Mayor Kenny of Philadelphia. Now, these are all lovely, wonderful people. I did not belong here.
We're not thrilled.
I was square peg, round hole, and my face shows it all right here. Now, all right, take that. I can't even look at it anymore. Get that out of my face.
Sorry. I was looking. There we go.
I
gotta give you props though, because I would have been gone.
Oh,
you stay. I would have been gone.
Yeah,
you stayed. Props.
So I want to say to everyone, stick to it. When you give your word to something, stick to it. And here's why. Couple of months later. Sylvester Stallone is back in Philly filming Creed 2. And the mayor's office, there was a plaque. It was a portion of the speech that Rocky gives his son in Rocky Balboa. This plaque was made in 2006. It was supposed to be on the Rocky statue when they moved it from the Spectrum to where it is now to the right of the Rocky steps. It got lost. It was found all these years later in the basement of City Hall in a box.
Wow.
And they attached it to the front of the statue, and they were welcoming Sly back to Philadelphia. And they were going to do a whole dog and pony show. And the mayor's office reaches out to me. And they said, it was this Randy. And he goes, Mike, Mayor Kenny was so grateful that you came out to the Goldberg Key to the City Day. He wants to bring you. He knows you're friends with Sly. He wants to bring you down to this thing we're doing in 2 days. And he doesn't know how it's going to go, but maybe you'll get a shot with Sly. And that is one of the major things that changed my life. I show up that morning. I'm behind the fence. The mayor sees me and he goes, Mike, he goes, you wait. He goes, I'm going to call you at a particular moment. You're going to come around the fence and you're going to be with me and Sly in front of the statue. And that's exactly what happened. Anthony, I got to send you this picture.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to put it in.
We'll insert it right here.
Yeah.
And so I'll pretend like I can actually see it. So here I am with Sly, the mayor, is in front of the Rocky statue.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in.
So 3 nights before this, my wife and I were at this place, Dockside Willie's, out in Harrisburg, where we used to live. It's a restaurant on the river. We're literally looking over the Susquehanna River. And I just got done telling Sue, it's okay. Sly's back in town and he doesn't, reach out to me or whatever. It's okay. It's no big deal. And literally 14 hours later, I get the phone call from the mayor's office. And she said, Sue says to me, there's going to be a picture with you and Sly and the mayor in front of the Rocky statue. And this is the picture you're now looking at. Me, Sly, and the mayor.
That's awesome.
It's incredible.
Incredible. You see, never give up.
Never give up.
I would have bolted.
Always keep punching.
You got it.
Right.
That's
now listen,
unbelievable.
Listen, this is the family episode, and we have one of the all-time greatest coming up here.
Oh, yeah.
Huge fan. This guy, Marc Bomarito, is amazing.
Mark?
I know this guy. Yeah, Anthony, Mark, right?
Yeah, Marc Bomarito. I was just going to Italianize his name.
Bomarito, hey! Oh, forget about it.
Forget about it, eh?
I love this guy. I came across this guy on Instagram, and he's such a family guy. We've had several phone conversations, Instagram messaging, voice messaging things. Anyways, this guy is great. Not only he's Italian, so that tells you all you need to know right there, but this guy is in touch with his emotions. This guy loves his family, and he knows what it means to be a man. So, really,
you're gonna love this interview. Great guy.
Exactly. Yeah. Stay tuned.
Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business. Too much monkey business for me to be involved in.
Anthony, bring this guy in. I want to talk to my buddy Mark.
Yeah. We're not wasting time.
Don't waste any time.
Marc
Hey!
Bomarito.
Yo, the Italian stallion. I love it.
On him.
Look at this guy.
Yeah,
Are
show
you
those
kidding
guns
me?
again.
Sasquatch wishes he had arms like that.
Oh,
Come
my
on.
God.
Are you look at this
Oh,
guy?
Smug.
This guy's an Italian tank. Are you kidding me?
He really
Three
is
feet
the
fast. 200-pound. I wish I was a 200-pound. I'm a 245-pound.
That's Rocky 4.
Yeah, but let me tell you something. 240 pounds are not. I've watched you hit the speed bag, my friend. You're like vicious. I mean, talk about crap and thunder. I mean, really. Yeah, I mean, you really are. You're vicious in the fight circle. I would not want to owe you money on any level. Mark, I'm so glad that we got you on the show. We know you're such a busy guy. You're doing a lot of things in your life. You're getting the key to the city. You're delivering babies in the back of cabs. You're stopping tornadoes. You're reducing the flood of locusts into your town. But the main
soon.
What's that, Stace?
He's gonna be sainted soon.
Yeah,
Soon, it's
exactly.
Yeah.
No. This guy is such a great guy. Now, all of you people watching out there is probably saying, Mike, how do you know this guy? So, well, I've had a bunch of conversations with Mark on Instagram. Not only have we had phone calls, but we had this Instagram has this great thing called Instagram Voice Messenger. And Mark and I, and Anthony, you probably suffer from this too. Mark and I and Anthony, we have fingers like carrots. So when you go to text. It's a disaster.
Too many typos.
And one day I sent Mark a voice message, and I guess he liked it, and he sent me one back, and we've become fast friends ever since. Mark, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
How you doing?
How you doing? And he's such a he loves our show.
I love it. Are you kidding me? I love what you guys are doing. I love your Instagram pages. I love your shows. I'm so glad. I wish they had this when I was a kid. I'd be
All right.
Thank you. We had a lot of stuff when we were kids.
Yeah. No, seriously, that really is. Could you imagine growing up? And I know Stacy, the three of us. I think Anthony is a quarter step behind as far as age goes, which is good for Anthony. It's slight, just like. But growing up, there were no computers for us. We had nothing. There was pen and paper, and I know. I think Mark and I, being a little older even than Stacy, I think Mark and I had stone chisels. That's what we had in school, right? Yeah. Like we still know what a rotary phone is. Okay,
I had one.
I do too.
No,
I do too. Yes.
I had one.
You're in the club. That's it.
I do
You're
too.
in.
Yeah.
We were back in the era where you actually called somebody's house, left a message, and hoped you were able to connect with them later.
Yeah,
That's
right.
right.
Exactly.
There was no 2 seconds.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. All right, Mark, we brought you in because this is our family episode. You know, we like to talk about how Rocky has just influenced so many millions of people across the planet. But I think family-wise, Rocky speaks to that on a lot of levels. And I tell you, your the pictures you sent in with the baby, I mean, that was just
Santo,
right? Just amazing. Now,
Santo,
yeah. So have you introduced, even at this young age, Rocky to Santa? Have you done that yet?
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? The day he was born, he came home, I want to say probably my daughter had him, and maybe a week later he was laying on my chest, but I was playing the Rocky fight scene and training montage. And he's just sitting there watching it. I think he was probably a week or 2 weeks old. And I videotaped that and sent it to a friend of mine. They thought it was hilarious.
That's right.
Never too early.
I try to brainwash all my kids as early as I can. I have 4 daughters.
Definitely.
4 girls.
Forget
for you.
Paw Patrol, Teletubbies, and Barney. Screw that.
Right.
Give him Rocky. Send him in front of Rocky.
They're going to learn more.
They'll learn more in 2 hours watching Rocky than they ever will watching Paw Patrol. Come on.
That's right.
As they say in Philly and Jersey, forget about it. Forget about it. Mark, of all the Rockies, what is your favorite Rocky?
God, it's so funny because I thought about that when I knew you were going to ask that. I'm thinking to myself, what is my favorite Rocky? And I could tell you that there's a piece of every single one of them that makes me just like him equally. I mean, I got to say that, of course, Rocky 1 I thought was probably the grittiest, probably the one that really made you feel the characters, you know what I mean, the most. And I would say that one's hard to compete with. It's almost like a lot of other movies where there's a sequel. It's difficult to compete, but there's so many different scenes and dialogues from all of the movies that I connect with and used in life and actually used as parenting advice with my kids. So it's hard to just pick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is hard.
It is. But so right now, I have a gun to your head. I'm going to blow your brains all over that beautiful white wall. Pick a Rocky.
Pick it right now.
I'm going to say, absolutely, I'm going to say Rocky. I'm going to go with Rocky. Give me 2 seconds because it's between two of them. And
you don't have a lot of time.
I'm going to say Rocky. I'm going to say Rocky 1 and Rocky 3. So I'll go with
beautiful.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, Mark, there is no wrong answer here. And, you know, we like to play around a little bit with that. But I've always believed that we are the sum total of our life experiences. I've said this 1,000 times. And that's what we all bring to a Rocky movie. So when a new Rocky movie comes out, a new Creed comes out, whatever it is, you're sitting there and you've got your whole life in back of you. And the screen is in front of you, and this is what you bring, and you're going to be influenced by the life that you brought into the movie theater. And I think that is so fascinating because I think, and this is not because you're here, this is something I've been actually warming up to over the last 3 or 4 years. One time I asked this question on everybody on my tours, what's your favorite Rocky movie? So I can judge where they are. I know how to, if people say Rocky 4, then I know they're just different notes to hit. When I hear you say something like the whole life of Rocky, that's amazing because we get to follow Rocky from 30 to 70, which is beautiful and brilliant. Very few characters have done that well. Like Star Wars, a little bit with Luke Skywalker or Anakin, okay? A little bit much better with Michael Corleone, of course. But I don't think there is a movie series like Rocky that has captured meeting a man from nothing to being champion, to have the pinnacle of success, to having nothing again, quote unquote, nothing. And so I think when you are saying the entire series, I think you're right. I think that is the accurate best answer, really.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
It's amazing though, because in Rocky 1, you know, I loved the underdog. I loved the humble guy. I loved the guy that came up from nothing. I loved the way that Adrian was with him, especially at the end of the fight. I loved Gazzo. I loved Father Carmine. I mean, I just you know, there was just so many things that I loved about that movie that I did connect with. That I actually grew up around. There's a lot of Italians in Monterey. We grew up, there's a big Italian community, and so much of the lingo, so much of the mannerisms, Paulie especially, gosh, you reminded me of so many uncles or cousins or stuff like that. So you feel like you're in the movie. But when you watch Rocky, there's just this guy, this humble guy come from nothing. He's got nobody. He's, you know, spending his holidays sitting in that little apartment, you know what I mean? And then you feel for him and your heart breaks for him. And you see this lady who comes into his life. And, you know, I mentioned this yesterday that very rare that you meet somebody that, I don't know, gives you the strength or the courage to make you feel like you're better than you are. You know what I mean? Make you feel like you're capable of doing something. And when I see the look on her face in that 14th round, when he's down and she walks out and she closes her eyes and she shakes her head, all I'm thinking in my head is, you know, please, Jesus, help him get up, help him get through this round. You know, and she cares about him. She loves him, and her heart's going out to him. And at the end of the round, he doesn't care about nothing. He doesn't care about anything. All he cares about is her. And when she comes into the ring, he doesn't even care that he went the distance with the champion. He's worried about where her hat is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't care about what happened with the fight at all. He just knows he went the whole way, and he's like, "What? I don't care who." He doesn't care.
Where's your hat?
Where's your hat? Yeah.
Mark, tell us a little bit about the Adrian in your life.
Oh God, it's so funny because, you know, speaking of that, it's like, I've been in different relationships and stuff like that, and I've never been in one until recently where get emotional. I don't know why.
That's all right, man. Hey,
this is my favorite part.
I'm with you.
This is the sweetest part of you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful, brother.
You meet different people, And
Yeah.
you know, some people, you know, they make you better. Some people, they make you feel like, you know, life can be tougher. But all of a sudden, you come across somebody who lets you be you, just, you know, doesn't make you feel like you're less than. And there's a lot of things that you know, when I call my girlfriend Panino. That's her nickname,
No,
Panino.
no, really? Yes.
I love that.
Look at you. That's beautiful.
Oh
Always called
boy.
her that. And
Yeah.
the thing about her is, I'll never forget. One day we're at the house, and you know, we're walking outside, and she's saying all these nice things, and we're watching The Pretender. I actually sent you a video of it.
Yeah,
And,
right. Okay. Yeah, I remember.
she's
Wow.
sitting there watching it, being a good sport about everything. She's watched Rocky movies with me. She never knew what they were before. She's 15 years younger than me. So what ends up happening is
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Good job.
Are you kidding? Go, Mark.
But here's this is good and bad. Here's what's good and bad.
All right, you go
On
ahead.
one hand, it's good because I have used so many Rocky lines on her, but what's bad is until I make her watch the movie. So, last week, I'll never
Right, she
forget-
calls you on it.
Yeah.
About a week ago, we're out one night with some friends at a birthday party,
Oh man.
and my buddy who loves Rocky, we're hanging out and talking, and I go, man, she caught me the other day, and she's standing right there. He goes, what do you mean? I said, well, a little while back, I told her, I said, you know what I like about you? You know why we fit? Because you got gaps, I got gaps. Together we fill gaps. All of a sudden, we're
Brutal.
watching Rocky.
Oh no.
That's where you got
Love
that
it.
So my buddy says, you got to space the movie out
Yeah.
from the actual line.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's
That's
the
good.
first
That's
one. We're
funny.
watching The Pretender. We go outside, and she's getting ready to get into her car, and she starts saying all these nice things. And I'm telling myself, keep it together, keep it together. I'm looking up in the sky, this and that. And then all of a sudden, I just give her a hug. I start crying in her neck like a baby. And I go, I know you're going to think I'm crazy. I go, but you're the first girl I've been with that really connects with me in a way that I just haven't had. And there's a movie called Somebody Up There Likes Me. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
Paul
but,
Newman?
Paul Newman.
Rocky
playing Italian.
Graziano.
Yeah, Rocky Graziano.
Great
When I first-
movie.
Yeah, when I first saw it, I saw it with my nana. My grandmother. I'll never forget. And I go, no, I don't understand. I go, Paul Newman playing Italian just seems a little different, you know. And that would have been like if they had Robert Redford or whoever playing, or Burt Reynolds playing Rocky. You know,
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
No.
No.
We
But
wouldn't
I'm
be
watching
sitting
that.
here right now.
Yeah.
No,
True.
not at all. Smoking the Bandit playing Rocky. So what ended up happening was I'm watching Somebody Up There Likes Me, and then all of a sudden there's a tagline, and it said a girl could lift a fella to the stars. And I remember when I saw it, I was a kid, and I thought that's kind of doesn't make any sense to me. It's a fight movie. I don't understand that line, you know. And then all of a sudden I get older, and I was watching some Stallone videos and interviews, and one of them hit home with me. Few of them, I'll tell you real quick. One, he said, when you find the right people that gel with you, he says, you know, they make you feel like you're invincible. He says it might be a fallacy. He goes, but at least you have all the, you know, the people around you give you the strength to get through stuff. And I remember thinking that. I go, God, now I get that tagline. The right people around you make you feel invincible. And there was another interview he was with Barbara Walters where he said he wants to be able to experience what it feels like to really be loved before, you know, once in his life. And I know he's, you know, I could relate to that. One other thing that really hit home with him too, with me, is you go through life. My mother died when I was young. My brother passed. A lot of everybody passed away at very young ages. And you hear everybody telling you constantly, you got to be strong. This is make you stronger. This will get you through this. It makes you stronger. And I used to say, I don't get that. How am I going to be stronger? So if my mother dies, I'll be stronger when my brother dies. I don't understand that. I'm still going to, you know, beat me up. I was watching an interview when they were asking him about his son Sergio's autism. And he said, people say it make you stronger. He goes, I don't believe that. I believe it tears you down. It makes you weaker. And I thought, Jesus, I don't have to feel bad for being sad. You know? So there's so many things. And this girl that I'm with is the exact same way. She'll say it's okay to be sad. You don't got to be a tough guy all the time. You got to get through, you know, this is part of life. She goes, this is why I like you. So,
Oh,
So true.
And how's everything going right now? Everything's going well?
no, we broke up 2 weeks ago. No,
Best
going
moment
good.
so far.
It's
I
going
have to
good.
rewind because I think I went like this to. I'm gonna have to check the tape.
Right.
No, we're doing good. We're actually going to go to the Giants-Dodgers games today. That's why we're.
Oh,
heading
nice.
out.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Nice.
You're gonna wear that shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, hey, I got a question for you. Trivia question.
Yeah.
By the way, what you just said, I agree with you 234 billion%.
That's beautiful, man.
All of us, all
Yeah.
three of us are with you. You're
Yeah.
without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
What does your shirt say?
Rocky beats Apollo, 1979.
All right.
Nice.
Okay, so that's a great shirt. But what's the problem with the shirt?
The year.
Yeah, right. Exactly. The year. Yeah, Rocky beats Apollo in 1976. And
Yeah.
people are always fighting me on this. No. 79. I go, no. They filmed it in 78. It came out in 79, but he beats Apollo in 76. Thanksgiving of 76.
November.
And
Yeah.
just I don't know who okayed that shirt, but I say we have a talk with him, you know?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. 1 and 2 were one movie. Come on, guys. We have to remember that.
Yeah.
1 and 2 starts in November 75, and it ends at November 76. I mean, that's just the way that it is.
Right.
But nonetheless, it is a great shirt, and the fact that you know that inconsistency, I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, because then you could still wear it proudly, but you're like, no, I know this is wrong.
Right.
But
If somebody confronts you, you can just give them a big forearm and then educate them. I know that, jerky.
Yeah.
I love it.
Exactly.
I love it. No flies on you, my friend. No flies on you.
Mark, what was the first Rocky movie you saw? Was it Rocky? Is that how
Rocky.
the
I
love
remember.
affair started?
Rocky came out in 76. I was 6 years old, but I didn't see it until I was about 8 or 9. It was in the living room of our apartment. My mom had it on the TV. And after that, that was it.
That was it.
Couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah.
And then Rocky 2. Yeah, it was probably when I was 8 because Rocky 2 came out the following year and I was excited that I was going to see it part 2. So
Yeah. Yeah. Because some people, for me, I definitely didn't see them in order because of the year I was born. So I don't really remember the first one I saw. I don't know if it was 3. I was enthralled. Whichever one I saw, I wanted to see the rest. But I don't think it was 1, 2, 3 and on. So some people just see 3 first or 2 first. So
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I actually told my girlfriend I've been making her watch them in order so she understands.
Yeah.
You know, so she liked Rocky 1 a lot. She actually, after she saw it, she goes, I had no idea. She goes, this is an amazing movie. She goes, I did not. The Rocky 2, Jesus, she loved Rocky 2.
Yeah,
I like her.
I tell her all the time.
I really like her.
This one's awesome.
Yeah,
I like
she
her.
loved because of all of the Adrian scenes. And I told her, because I used to always say to her, again, another line, and she knew where it came from because I do the voice. And I'd say, I'm going to take you to the zoo one day where there's a tiger. I'm going to say, I wonder if you wouldn't mind marrying me very much. So,
That's
when she saw the
great.
actual-
Yeah.
she loved it. But
Wouldn't it be
look,
great? Wouldn't it be great if when you come to Philly to take my tour? I hope you come out soon. All right.
I am.
I really hope you do. And so could you imagine you and her, you go out, take an Uber to the zoo, and you're just walking through the zoo.
Yeah.
And you're at the tiger cage.
great.
Yeah.
Man, what a
Oh my
trip.
God.
That would be a trip
Actually,
for you and her, but I mean, that would blow your mind, really.
Yeah. Make
Seriously.
sure it's November and it's snowing a little bit.
Right? Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
right.
Perfect.
That would be
Seriously.
perfect.
Stacy,
Wow.
what do you think about our 5-star guest here? I mean, this guy's he's amazing.
We talked yesterday, and I just love his big heart. What did I say? I'm like, you guys just stuff it down all the time. I'm like, no, I'm so glad that your girlfriend's saying those things to you because it's like that's part of the human experience for all of us, you know. And
Yesterday, we talked a little bit about the kids too, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, and that was, we'll be showing some. I have pictures ready to show in the opener for Santo and everything. So cute, so cute. But no, I just love. I don't know. I love a guy who can just spit it out there. You're very transparent. This is how I feel. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I think
sometimes it's
adorable.
sometimes I wish I can control it more because I'll do it in front of a client. We'll talk about life insurance. I'll start talking about my mother before you know it. I'm crying to a client.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Mark continues the trend that all Rocky fans are the best people ever.
Yes.
Agreed.
It's just continuation.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Agreed. You know what?
Yeah.
One of the things I think women in general appreciate a fact that a man is in touch with his feelings, that he's not afraid to whether it's
Express.
breaking express.
Mhm.
Yeah, Stace, thank you. That is really the best way to put it. Express it. As a
Mhm.
matter of fact, Sue says it's about as sexy as she says it's about as sexy as when she comes home and she sees the tread marks in the carpet that I vacuumed. Okay, when she sees everything's uniform, she goes, "Wow, he cares."
Yeah.
See,
Put
she
you
has
in the
OCD.
mood.
Right.
Yes.
It does.
It's
She has
so true.
she literally has OCD with these things, and like she can't walk in the door without she sees it on the why is it out of place? She knows, right? Me, when the dust piles up a quarter inch, I'll dust. If I was a bachelor, unfortunately, I'm not. So, but Mark, seriously, I really I get that. I mean that's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it really is, and just to hear you proudly say that.
Mhm.
I'm so happy. Another guy feels the same way.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
Stacy saw the video yesterday of my, because my daughter, her name's Nikki, one of my daughters,
Yeah.
and I always call her Yo Nick all the time. Hey, Yo Nick, you know,
Nice.
she's grown up with that. But anyway, she's the one that in 2006 came with me. She was 6 years old. I was 36. I made her not go to school that morning. We went and watched Rocky Balboa, and it's so cute because since she was a little kid, when she was old enough to run to the window when I would drive home, I'd drive to work. She'd run to the window, she'd wave, and then she'd do the "I love you" sign. Then she'd blow a kiss, and then she'd do the thumbs up, and then she'd do this for home team. So when we were in the movie theater watching Rocky Balboa, she's sucking her thumb. She did that when she was do that way too long. But anyway, she's sucking her thumb. I'll never forget. And he says, you know, we were supposed to be tight, you know, like cross fingers, home team. And she goes, Daddy, he said home team. You know.
Oh,
so
really?
To this day, we call each other home team.
So Rocky 5 is good memories for you.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Right.
Rocky Balboa, but Rocky 5 has good memories for me because of the basement. Rocky 5, I used to live. I lived with my dad for a little while, and in Reno, and he was a boxer, and I boxed for the Reno Jets boxing club for a little while because I Rocky. It was 1982, 83.
Yeah,
Rocky
yeah.
3, 82. I wanted to get into it. My dad was a boxer back in the Navy. It was something I could connect with him with, and he had a basement, and we'd go down there and work out. And in 1990, when 5 came out, I was going to Sac State, playing football there. I drove up to Reno, just a couple hours away. And I said, Dad, I want to take you to Rocky 5. And he goes, okay. And we go to it. And I said, the reason I like that movie, like I said, I connect with all of them. The reason that one meant so much to me was, one, because of the, relationship with him and his son, the home.
Sure.
The home team, but also that basement just really reminded me of a time when I used to work out with my dad. And I didn't really know my dad too much growing up. And I haven't seen him in a long time, but I talk to him once in a while. So having that connection there just kind of, it's like that movie Over the Top. I was telling Stacy yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's a great movie.
Yeah. It's a good father-son feel too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Santo, can you take us on a tour? You of your house, of the picture of your
Mark,
mom?
not Santo.
I'm
Mark.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking. I'm so sorry.
He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind.
No, I got his grandson on my mind.
Yeah.
So cute.
There's Santo.
There's
Hey, look at that kid.
Oh God.
Well, this is my mother.
Yeah.
And she made this. My daughter Angela made this for me one day. This was me in when I was 23. That was my mom just before. This was her about a year before she died. This was her shortly before she died. She was wearing a wig, but this was, we were pretty close. She was, sorry, she was like my mom, my dad, my best friend. So she was the one that went to every football game in the rain. She was the one that she'd play when I was practicing being a catcher for baseball. She'd pitch to me in the backyard, but she put this in the yearbook. She put Mark. It embarrassed the hell out of me because my coach read it one day. I was in class. I didn't even know it was in there. And it said for my baby picture. And then she put Mark Bomber. My nickname was Bomber. And in high school, my number was 64. And it just says, we've been through some real testing and growing times together. I wouldn't trade a minute of them. You're my special baby. God, special baby boy then. and you still are now. I'm so proud to have you as my son. More importantly, you're my best friend. Love always. Your biggest fan. Mom.
Oh, that's
Aw.
beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
Okay.
beautiful.
love
I
it.
love that.
I love
Amazing.
that. I
She was
love
the
that.
best. I loved her.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love it.
And now since I told you, my daughter and she's with me all the time. She doesn't want the house to be a Rocky and an Elvis shrine. So all my stuff, all my Rocky stuff is in my office, a lot of it. And a lot of my Elvis stuff also. So some in the bedroom, but this is my garage where I get to hang out.
Nice.
Yeah, there it is.
So,
Boom shakalaka. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah.
Hey, Elvis played.
I just took the championship belt to my office recently. But yeah, this is
Awesome.
this is all the stuff I have in here. Yeah, Elvis. I actually have an Elvis plate, and that one's reserved. I didn't give it up. I kept it, and I gave the front plate to Graceland. Jim
Wow.
Sykes, the guy on
Oh.
Sirius.
Oh,
Yeah.
love Jim.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
Yeah.
And this is the bag Mike was talking about.
Love that.
That's awesome. Look at that. Oh,
Nice.
man.
Look at it. See that?
Nice.
Oh my God.
You don't want to owe this guy money.
Oh no.
Love it.
You can
Look
hit
at
that
this
bag.
guy.
This is that's my cousin Joe Romeo. It's his last name Romeo. He's not very romantic, but he's got the
That's all right. That's all right.
he always poses like Stallone. He's got the little fist going. My album. That's a drawing my daughter
Hey.
did when she was young of Elvis, very young.
That's
Oh, wow.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Elvis. This is another drawing my daughter Angela did. She just over the years, she does Elvis or Rocky for me. This is a painting that she did just of Monterey. That's where we're from. That's
Jesus, that's
Beautiful.
impressive as hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, she's done a lot better. That's even when she was really younger. I got my little Bosch shirt.
Nice.
I love the Bosch. Man.
And then Mike, you could relate to this, Mike. You ready?
Yes, sir.
1988 hairdo.
Yeah. Boom. That's what I'm talking about.
Ah,
A wayward, a home for wayward spiders. That's where that is. It's a high.
Oh man, that is so
that's
great.
awesome.
I love it. I love
That
it.
is so great. Mark, when did the Elvis love affair begin?
Oh God, as far back as I can remember, I got pictures of me 5 years old wearing Elvis shirts. But
Mhm.
one day when I was 21, I think it was before my mother passed, and I was with a girl I was dating, and she asked me the same question, and she said, "You know, what got you into Elvis?" And because it was pretty bad, like I sing Elvis, I do all. If I didn't have this damn sore throat, I'd show you. I'll send you a video because I do karaoke.
Yes, please.
I do all kinds of stuff.
You got an Elvis slash
we'll
Rocky
add
look
it.
to you.
Well, you want to know
Oh,
what's
you
funny?
got to.
I always said when I was younger, I said I wish I had
Oh,
Elvis's
great.
face and Rocky's body.
You do. You do. You look like Elvis if he was. Yeah, you just put the head on
Nice.
Rocky's.
Oh, I wish. You kidding?
When
Right
Elvis
now,
went
like-
into the army and he shaved his
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right.
So I remember one time I said, "Mom," she asked me, she goes, "How'd you get into Elvis?" I go, "My mom." And my mom goes, "I didn't get you into Elvis." And I go, "Well, if you didn't, who got me into Elvis?" I mean, I was a little kid. She goes, "I don't know." She goes, "I think you saw a movie or liked a song or music." And she goes, but when you hit 13, she told me, she goes, "I got nervous." She goes, "I mean, I knew, you were a normal boy, you played sports, but all the Elvis, this, Elvis, that." And Mike, you can relate to this.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, I did what you did a lot too. I dressed up like Rocky. I didn't have I searched for the black ball to bounce. I had a blue racquetball that I colored black.
Yeah. I had a racquetball too. Yeah.
Yeah, and mine was
Yeah.
blue. I colored it black, and I had black Sharpie all over my hands. It was
That's
terrible.
dedication. That's
Dedication.
dedication, my friend.
That's dedication.
Well, what's funny is, Rocky back home, you dress up. People might razz you a little bit, but it's a good thing. It's like, oh, he's Italian. This Rocky. Whatever.
Yeah. Right.
But
Right.
my thing was going to school. This will make you laugh because you could relate. Getting picked on. I had the pink button ups. I had the black pants. I
Oh,
had the
really?
Black and white. Yeah, black and white shoes. And,
Spectator shoes. They were called spectators. Yes.
Right.
And my mother said, she goes, "I was getting worried for a little while, and then she goes, but then you were playing football, you were boxing, you were throwing shot put, playing baseball." She goes, "Then I realized you're a normal guy, just like Elvis."
Yeah. You could have went one way, but it turned.
But you know what though, Mike? You could probably relate to this. Back the kids that used to make fun of me then,
Yeah.
now they love it and they always send me Elvis stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
"Oh, Mark, you should call Marc Bomarito. He knows everything about Elvis."
Yeah.
Oh,
true.
yeah.
It's true. That's what happens all of a sudden.
Oh, I could get down a very long road of individuals who wanted to know me now.
Yeah.
They want nothing then.
Exactly.
No emojis. Well, I'm
Yeah,
thinking
no
of
emoji.
one.
Yeah.
I can think of one or two, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Some of
it's
the
so
new
true
ones.
all of a sudden, yeah.
Mark, I
Right.
know how busy you are. I know at any moment the mayor is going to come by asking you
Yeah,
for a
right.
recovery plan. They're going to be coming to you, asking you to airlift someone out of a hostage situation.
I wish.
So
Yeah. Put out
we're
a
gonna-
fire.
We're gonna putting up fires. We got some fires going out there, right? By coming up with the big bear and whatnot. All right, so here's my last question. I always like to throw at all of our guests. You're in an elevator with Sylvester Stallone, and you're in between floors. You got 30 seconds. What do you tell them?
Say thank you so much for creating the character that you did. And thank you so much for being the person that you continue to be. First of all, the character, the underdog story, the Italian stallion, the overcoming adversity, the humbleness, the good husband, the father, the movies that I watched that actually gave me the inspiration to keep going. When I would want to work out for football, but I'd be tired, and Mickey says, in order to train for a 45-minute fight, you got to train 45,000 minutes. You keep that in the back of your head. But all the lines that he came up with, thank him so much for, everything from the motivation, the inspiration, the overcoming adversity, the talks. Even with the talk with Marie, how many times I use that with my daughters? I say, hey, they don't remember you. They remember the reputation. So there is so much of what he has created in this one character that has lasted a lifetime in so many different areas of my life. And then the interviews that I've seen of him that have to do with family, with, like even recently on Instagram, I was listening to different videos of his about how he talks about, you think I like working out? Hell no, I don't like working out. But I know if I put in the hour, it pays dividends, and on and on. Just things that he would tell. The advice that this guy gives is amazing. It just kept me going, and so many times. Movies that, one person might not think is a big deal, because a lot of my friends, we grew up differently and everybody has different experiences. But when I would watch Over the Top and, and he's not wanting his dad to go, and you see stuff like that. And, and you got a father who's fighting for his kid. And I don't know how to explain it, but there's just this character, but it's not, a lot of it is Rocky, but a lot of it is, I just believe what he brings to each character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mark, you just took the second longest ride with Sylvester Stallone. Stacy, I think Stacy took the longest ride. Was it Anthony? Yeah.
Yeah, we both did.
Right. So somehow you three have managed to take a 30-second elevator ride and turn it into 40
We held
minutes.
him hostage.
There were a lot of people on the floors in between hitting the
Right.
That's it.
That's
We
what I
always
was
say
saying.
we just did the elf thing and just
Right.
But that was an amazing message.
Yeah.
Mark, listen, I before Stacy and Anthony say goodbye, I have to hog the spotlight and just tell you, thank you. Your story. No, Mark, come on. Your story, your emotional, I think, fortitude, I think the way you come across to people is nothing short of beautiful and brilliant. Don't ever change. I love you as a friend, man. I love our talks. I'm looking forward to more of them. Looking forward to seeing you. So
Me too. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you for doing our shows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stacy, what do you got?
Oh gosh, absolute ditto on everything Mike just said. I love the transparency. I love how you express your feelings, and I think it's a great example for more men out there I'm sorry, you connect better if you're just out there with wherever you are, with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your family. I wouldn't change a thing. And just the way you've applied the Rocky philosophy to your life and to your kids, and it's perfect. It's perfect. You were a perfect pick for the family episode. That's what I was saying to Mike.
I
was like, he's perfect for this family episode. So
nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. Yeah. You are beautiful, man. You are inspirational.
Thank you.
More men should definitely be like you. 100%.
Oh my God. Thank you.
And one more thing. Being an Elvis fan and a Rocky fan.
Yeah.
Because he's my new buddy now because we both
perfection.
We both love it so equally.
Yeah.
It's like one and the same. It's like 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
Mark, don't you wish in 1976 that Sly took
Yes.
Elvis up on the offer to go to Graceland and
Yes.
watch Rocky with him so that there
Yes.
could be a picture with our two favorites?
I
Favorites.
said the same thing to Stacy yesterday. I go, after Elvis watched the movie, he invited, Stallone there. And from what I read, and I don't know how accurate it is, it said that he was nervous or he just didn't want to.
It's true.
Nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read that in a few places, so I think that was the reason that he was, overwhelmed with his fame and this and that, and he was
Yeah.
too nervous to go. And he said he regrets it,
It's
Yeah.
funny because
and he would never do it again. But
I've got to meet Frank Stallone before, and I every now and then chat with him on Instagram, and he, I think, would have been on the first flight out.
sure, being a singer and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a big Elvis fan too. So,
Right. Oh, wow.
but I just want to say thank you guys because you have no idea. I mean, Mike, to be honest with you, I can't believe how lucky I got by stumbling across your Instagram page. I don't even know how I did.
Really?
But from the minute I did, it's been, I guess the best way to describe it with this whole podcast now, it's like our own little family, our own little community that you continue to grow. And the best part of when you think about Stallone, that's another thing that he's continued to do. You get the Rocky movie and it turns into this. And I got all these people that have so many similar mindsets.
Yeah.
And we all get to hang out.
That's what I always wanted. I just wanted to find my tribe. I wanted to find my bubble, my people. Okay, the people who understood me, because for decades I had one person who understood me, and that person's name was Sue. Okay, so that was the only person that really got me. Most people didn't, and so anyways, Mark, I love you, brother. I'm looking forward to more talks in the future.
Yeah.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We'll keep chatting.
Mark, like our mutual friend says, keep
punching.
See you, Mark.
Nice
later. Bye,
ciao, buddy.
Bye.
Thank you.
Whoa.
So
Here's-
sweet. Yeah.
Here's a guy who gets Rocky. I mean, he has taken this character to heart. I love this guy, Mark.
Yeah.
I mean, he's amazing. Anthony, what do you think about Mark? I mean, brilliant.
Yeah. All of our guests they all get Rocky.
Mhm.
They're all for some reason, they've all been inspired. They all understand the character. But I love this guy. When you look at him and you just take him at face value,
Right.
big tough guy, but inside, heart of warmth, and he's not afraid to show his feelings, and he's not afraid to be overwhelmed and get emotional, and it's okay to be that way. And
Of course it is.
it's Rocky fans are the best fans in the world. They have the most heart, and he really showed it. This guy's inspirational. Seems like he's been through a lot, his mother and all this kind of stuff. And he literally keeps punching. I love this guy. People are gonna love this.
Yeah.
Stacy, this is what you've been talking about for quite a while.
Yeah.
About the emotional connection, about men suppressing instead of
Expressing.
instead of expressing. Exactly. Go ahead. What did you feel about today?
No, he's a perfect example of what I would love to see men migrate to. You know what I'm saying? Because and it's a sad statement, but there's more male suicide, and there's a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a place for men to express, and they stuff it all down. And I think men, I loved the way you two were supportive of how he expressed, of how he was emotional.
Right.
I think men need to be more supportive of each other in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we're all human. And he emulates all the aspects of Rocky's the many elements of Rocky, when he's got to bring it and beat someone's ass, you know what I'm saying? He brings it, you know what I'm saying? And then when he has to be, when he has to be kind and soft and thoughtful and loving, you see that too with Adrian, with Mickey, you know what I'm saying? He's if you were to put slice someone up like a pizza pie, you know what I'm saying? He has he's tough when he needs to be, he's soft when he needs to be, and that is what Rocky is, and he lives that in his life, among his family, among his friends.
He embodies that for sure.
Exactly.
And so when we were looking at names, I'm like, this is our Family Guy. There's just
That was a great one.
he was a perfect pick. So
was
Seriously. So when you Google Family Guy, you're going to see one type of Family
Mark,
Guy.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna see one, right? The cartoon Family
Yeah.
Guy with the
Not so
abuse-
Family Guy.
Not so Family Guy.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna see our Family Guy,
yeah.
Marc Bomarito.
Marc
And
Bomarito.
I
Our
am
agent
Lovely.
Stacy did it again.
Oh,
she
stop.
did it.
Yeah.
Stacy, I'm telling
Thank
you,
you.
you put this together. You
Thank
did
you.
your pre-interview, and
Mhm.
you always knock it out of the ballpark.
Thank you.
Always.
Yeah.
I'm having
always.
fun. Yeah, it's fun.
I
And
know.
he's right about my people. I mean, I hear that over and over. I found my group.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we,
No.
if
Yeah.
a Rocky fan is your only required,
Right?
Yeah.
your only
That's it.
requirement. is your
That's
Rocky-
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, guys, on our way out, I mean, I can't believe we are like near the end of episode 8. I mean, this is
I know, holy
ridiculous.
smokes.
Well, we're moving along, man. I'm telling you.
Yes,
Yep.
I
moving
mean,
along.
we are going to pretty soon, 2 more episodes. We're going to equal what I did on my first podcast.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed because I was never going to do another podcast again.
Right.
And
It's
I'm
true.
so you guys have been so amazing. You guys inspire me every day, and I cannot wait for episode 9. Before we go, you guys got any plugs? Anything you want to say? You want to mention? Anything?
Stacy.
I wasn't
Yesy.
ready for that. Yesy.
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 Stacey, how's your new camera? Your Epson camera. How's
I'm
your
on
new
my
camera?
I'm plugging Logitech.
Yeah, how does she look, everyone?
Logitech.
Logitech.
Beautiful.
Logitech 920. I noticed on one of the episodes I was very pixelated and then Anthony, you're like, oh, that's Wi-Fi. Well, whatever. I went out and I got
Yeah.
a new camera, so I wasn't
Beautiful.
pixelated.
And it
I
looks
felt like I looked
amazing.
like a Minecraft character.
The kids will relate.
Anthony, anything you want to say on Kohler toilets?
Yeah, they're not bad. It's hard to get parts, so just be careful.
You heard it, people, from the master plumber in Canada.
That's it.
Kohler, hard to get
Hard to get
parts, but they're
parts.
pretty good.
Okay,
And
I
as
hope they're
al-
not watching.
Exactly. And as always, they're probably not watching. Let's be
Oh, they're
real.
not watching.
They're probably
Yeah.
not watching.
Yeah.
Anyways, remember to take the Yo Philly Rocky Film Tour.
Oh, always.
And go to
Please.
Amazon and buy Cue the Rocky Music. It's a great
Yes.
stocking stuffer. Christmas is just around the corner, and the paperback fits very nicely
Yeah.
in a stocking.
Watch
Everybody,
watch The Pretender.
no, the Pretender.
Yes.
Yes, they're right over my shoulder. Right there
Yeah.
it is. I forget about that sometimes.
Also, have no fear. We will be coming back to iTunes. We're having
Yes.
some technical difficulties still. I know I said it last time. We truly are, but we're gonna get it back on track. So
Beautiful,
stop worrying. We
Yeah.
haven't given up.
guys.
Yeah.
As we always say,
Yeah.
keep
Punching.
Punch it.
punching. Yo.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.